Cappuccino, yeah, that's a good one. You got some gum in here if you ever need some. Yellow, oh, I've never had that one.
What is this?
Yellow rice.
Yellow rice.
Tortilla.
Guys, we're eating MREs today. Rick and Michelle sent us some. Why do you do that?
Kobe.
Alright, I want to see what's in here. What the fuck? I mean, shit. What is this?
It says it on the package.
Does this look like rice to you? We're back. Today we're going to discuss about the Walking Derps. Well, not the Walking Derps. We're going to talk about the new episode, which was called Say Yes. Say Yes. You know that song, Rihanna? No? Okay, episode 12, which was mostly surrounding around Michonne, Rick, Rosita, Tara, and surprisingly, Judith. This episode, for me, thought it was very cringy, corny. I didn't like it at most parts, but I think the highlight of the episode was probably the beginning, the opening scene, where they just bust in people's houses, steal their stuff, have sex, and then they keep doing it. But the music was cool, it was on point. I thought that was the best part of the whole show. I don't know, what about you? What did you think?
I mean, I thought it was the message of the episode with getting all the guns and all the supplies and stuff was very good. It's just the delivery was awful.
Yeah, it was very
awful.
Very slow. I mean, they made when the trailer you could tell they were trying to hype up this whole carnival.
You basically
scene.
saw everything.
Yeah.
And
trailer.
Trailer.
We're kind of dead on with our predictions.
Yeah.
But like they hyped up the carnival scene so much in the trailers, like saying, "Oh, this is gonna be an epic fight." We kind of cut off there because we had to watch the trailer for next week because we kind of forgot what was supposed to happen next week. So it seems a little weird. Maybe that's why. But to continue what was happening, we kind of have a little bit of Rosita and Tara conversation in the episode, where Rosita is beginning to be a little bit annoying. Well, not a little.
Not
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Very.
So much. I don't understand what she's trying to do. Especially, she's kind of being like Carl when he went out by himself and almost got himself killed. Remember that episode?
Well, she will get herself killed.
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. Because that's all she's doing. She's just endangering other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have...
She's going to get the war started before they're ready.
Yeah.
Which actually could be a good prediction.
Yeah, will be a good prediction. Another thing we have is also the Rick and Michonne bonding. When they find the rations or the MREs. They talk about their relationship. And this part of the conversation, I think Rick kind of got out of character. I don't think there's anything Rickish about him saying, let's stay out here for a little bit more. Like, I don't think that's a Rick thing to say. I think a Rick thing to say is be like, let's get these guns, let's go back to Junkyard, give them to them, and let's just find more guns so we can start fighting Negan.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I could think of is the way how he meant it, which is not clear, is possibly that he meant it as, let's stay out here, get even more supplies, and then we'll go back.
Yeah, but...
It was hard to tell. They didn't really say one way or another.
But you could kind of tell he's just trying to avoid he's just trying to avoid reality.
I mean, when you think about it, he almost needs a break.
Yeah, it's true. The guy's
I don't
tired.
necessarily blame him, but...
Yeah, that's true, but when there's so many lives on the line, especially your own son and daughter, well, not your own daughter, that's Shane's, but when it's on the line, you really have to start, focusing, because you are technically the leader of Alexandria. Even when he denies it in the episode, which I want him to be the leader. I mean, who else is going to be the leader? Right? I don't know.
Somebody that's not a good one.
Yeah. So they find a lot of food, which I like. Do you think they're going to give that to the saviors, or are they going to keep that?
I think they'll probably give a small portion of it.
Yeah.
Just keep giving them the random stuff that they give, and they're just going to keep storing the stuff away, just like they're doing with the guns right now.
Yeah.
They're storing stuff away.
What I'm thinking, if they do give some to the saviors, I think they'll ask where they got that and probably find the rest of it. So I don't know.
Or they'll think that there's more, or they'll know that there's more.
Yeah.
They might just, because there were some other things besides just the MREs that they found, so maybe they'll give the other stuff. But they're gonna need this stuff for the war, so
yeah.
They might, depending on what happens with Rosita, which we'll talk about later. This war could start before the next pickup even happens.
Yeah. So, to touch back, the next scene that kind of happens is the carnival scene. to be honest, the episode from the beginning was good, and then it started to get a little bit slow. And then when it got to the carnival, that's when I kind of just lost it. I thought it was, what the heck is happening? I was kind of confused with the car scene. You kind of explained it to me.
Yeah, the car scene he didn't understand was why they were getting in the car in the first place. There was a gap in the fence, and they were trying to plug the gap with the car. Brakes didn't work. And after that was just awful.
Yeah.
When the way how they got out, I mean, they hyped it up before the commercial break, there's zombies, or walkers all over the car. Michonne's in the trunk. They walk, they stand on top, they look around, then they just jump over a little fence.
Yeah, the jump was so
It was so weird and just...
And also with Michonne, this happened before they went there. She started shooting the sniper, kind of just practicing. You could see throughout the season she's trying to practice, but like, do you really want to make noise and get your guys in trouble? Like, this episode, they're really out of character because they're really careful with their lives. They're professionals, kind of. And with Rick going crazy,
they must have been far enough away.
Yeah.
That they felt very safe.
Probably, yeah. Another thing was when he saw the deer. Talking about the deer, there was a big outrage on the internet over how terrible the deer looked like. And then it's the people defending that, saying, "Oh, they're just saving money for the war because the war is going to be a big war." And I'm like, okay, making a CGI deer that looks decent is not going to be that much money because when I saw it on TV, it looks so bad.
It almost didn't look.
It looks
CGI. Like it looked like they had a recording of a deer,
and they just pasted.
And they just kind of pasted it. But they just kind of did it very lightly.
Like the body was too long.
I mean, they had the right and shade and shadows, but just the way how the deer actually looked.
Yeah, it looked terrible, honestly. It looked like...
And hopefully they're just, saving money at this point, and that's why there's not an over amount of blood and gore, because they're just trying to...
And talking about blood and gore, this episode, when they were killing zombies, very, very limited. There were scenes where you don't even see Michonne killing the zombies. Like, you would just see the shadow of her. I get to be worried because I know before the mid-season started, there was reports saying that people want the violence toned down. I don't want the violence toned down. I want The Walking Dead.
Yeah, right? I've said it once and I'll say it again. If you don't like the violence, just don't watch the show. Like, it's a violent show. It's a zombie apocalypse. It's not going to be walking on the yellow brick road or whatever. They're not walking in Bikini Bottom. They're, walking in, where are they now? In Virginia, Washington area?
Washington area.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's just ridiculous how bad it was.
Yeah, we want to see the violence. And for an episode that was trying to deliver that, I didn't really get it. I didn't really get satisfied with that.
Yeah, it's one thing, like last week where there wasn't much violence because of Eugene. It was just a big Eugene thing, very low budget episode. Which they need that sometimes. Yeah. But for one that's trying to convey a bunch of violence and killing, it was awful.
Yeah. I don't like how they're doing with that. Also, another bad thing, I didn't like the fake death scene with Rick. I mean, you would never get the tension because you obviously knew the zombies were eating the deer.
They've overplayed.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't understand is the deer ran away,
and
where Rick ended up was right where the deer was. So it's like the deer never ran away in the first place.
That was weird. It's actually something I didn't even notice that until now. Actually, I was thinking about that. Very not good writing right there. And then the only tension or suspense I felt was when Michonne was just there in shock. I kind of thought that she was going to be like, oh my god, please don't get bit. Like, he's obviously not dead. But she was just standing there, drops the sword.
I mean, I can understand in her situation because she didn't know the deer was there anyway.
I felt that.
When you see it, from her perspective, you can understand. But as a viewer's perspective, it was bad.
Yeah. But her acting was on point right there. I liked that part.
Really wasn't much acting. She just had to stand there with a gaze on her face.
Yeah. But anyways, the corniest I think of the whole thing is when this guy Rick grabs a sword, throws it like in the air like a heroic movie, like some Disney Channel stuff, and she's like grabs it, what, bam, and victory music starts playing, and then they hug and kiss. Like, really, oh my goodness, what is this?
It was like Disney, the way how the sword
what
flew
are we
through
watching?
the air.
So that's the carnival scene, which was the worst scene I've seen that whole season, I think. And then we jump, then we jump into Rosita. She finds the BB gun, gets mad, like a teenage little girl, throws it on the ground. You're like, what's going on?
I can't stand Rosita.
Yeah, they're terrible.
She's gonna get the war started before.
Yeah.
And what happened after? Was I believe
Junkyard.
Okay, yeah, the junkyard.
So yeah, after that we get the.
We'll get back to this in a minute.
Yeah. And then Rosita, and then we have Tara talking to Judith. We finally get to see Judith. I think she's like 1 or 2 years old.
She's probably about 2, it looked like.
Yeah, I think she's standing.
From the actor, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Judith finally back. And then we got Tara talking about the ocean side. I think she's going to tell Rick, like at the end of the episode, she's like, Rick, I got to tell you something.
Yeah, when she said that, I think she was going to tell him about the ocean side.
Yeah, but there were some people saying that could be like the missing guns, that maybe that Rosita went off with like the sniper. I'm not sure, because she kind of takes inquiry of all the guns in their what they have in Alexandria, and she probably noticed that one of the guns were missing. I'm not sure. That's kind of a stretch, but because we kind of obviously know.
Well, if you look at the what they had said in one of the previews, was a character has to make a moral decision.
Yeah.
The moral decision after watching the episode wasn't Rosita and her decision to ask Sasha to go with her to kill Negan. The decision was for Tara to tell Rick. And you could tell by the conversation that she had with Judith. She was like, should I tell him? Should I not tell him?
Yeah. And then Judith is going to tell Rick.
Yeah.
First words, Oceanside. Okay. And then we have the junkyard negotiation scene, which I thought was it really pissed me off a lot. These junkyard people, they obviously don't know anything. I think they're just using Rick's group. They're like using them for advantage, and
and if they even fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
They might not even fight at this point.
I'm not sure why Rick even trusts them. Like they probably thinking that they probably can. Rick thinks that they're scared of them because they know that they can kill them.
I wouldn't have given them any weapons until it was time to start the fight. You showed these weapons are for you. We're keeping them until we know you're going to fight with us. Mm-hmm.
And they're good weapons. They're like army weapons.
Very good weapons, yeah.
So, I don't know how they're going to do with getting more weapons. There's 3 episodes left. So, we'll have to see. 4? Yeah. Okay. And then the last scene was with Rosita and Sasha, of course. Mm-hmm. She talks to Sasha. She's like at the grave of Abraham. I'm not sure how that's going to go. That's very dangerous. I've heard predictions that one of them 2 are gonna die, because I think that they said there's gonna be one more epic death this season, and it's gonna be one of them 2.
Hopefully Rosita.
Yeah, because people say Sasha because she's gonna be in a new TV show or movie. I think Star Trek or something like that, and they have to kill her off. But like, no,
you don't have to. They can do both.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna be recording the same time. Yeah. I'd rather see Rosita get killed off because she's just being very ignorant and just jumping around. So. Now that we're getting a little bit to the predictions, let's predict what's going to happen.
All right, so my prediction, based on looking at the next scene, which looks like, again, they're jumping along, and you see Carol. Mm-hmm. Now, Carol, I think she might be running away. Far. It kind of looks like she might be trying to leave, and just leave everybody and everything behind this time. Not just going far enough. She wants to go. And, once again, she might come back as a hero and, have a group of people to come back with the war or whatever. She does disappear. And then you also see, a big prediction of mine, which I don't mean to keep talking.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't worry.
But you see Ezekiel standing by a gravesite. Now, it said, bury me here, which is very weird for this to be Carol, but possibly Carol could have faked her death. And that's why Abraham seems to take such a...
Not Abraham, Ezekiel.
Not yet, sorry. Ezekiel takes, such a hardship of it that it could be that she faked her own death.
Yeah, that's
possibly.
I didn't even think.
The name of the grave kind of, or the thing on the grave is a little weird for it to be Carol. Because why is she telling him to bury her here when now it's inside of the kingdom?
Yeah.
But possibly, you never know.
I really did. I didn't even think about that. I thought the grave was for the one dude, Gregory, what's his name? I forgot his name. Ben. Like, the one with that fought Daryl last episode.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Yeah, the dude that's just trying to start the war. That's I thought that was his grave because I couldn't really see him. He thought he saw him in the background, but I wasn't really sure.
Yeah, it looked like you might have seen him in the background, and then you definitely saw him on a different preview.
But
him fighting.
But my prediction is that I think she found out that something happened because she goes to Morgan like in the trailer being like, "Is everything really okay?" And I'm like, she probably saw something. Or
she's also a paranoid girl.
Yeah.
Too, so.
And also we probably see something about Daryl because as last time we saw him, he's leaving towards Alexandria. So we'll probably see something about Daryl, and then we see another complication with the Saviors. I think they're there to see if Daryl's at the kingdom, and we see Ezekiel all of a sudden pull out a gun, and there's gonna be a big fight scene there.
And this could be the scene that gets the kingdom
to the war. Yeah.
To the war, yeah. And then all they'll need after that is more weapons and.
I believe.
Then we're set up for a possible start of the war at the end of the season. We're at the point now. We're halfway through the second half of the season. Sounded weird, but you can really start kind of see the chain of events going on. And unless they really draw it out, which I think might be too much. If they could get the kingdom this upcoming episode to join the fight.
Yeah.
Then I feel like definitely there will be some sort of war at the end of.
This is my question for you: do you want the war to start with the last episode, or do you want it to finish off as a cliffhanger?
This will also be a poll question.
All right.
Your opinion on it. I would like to see it either way. I'd like to see a war. The only thing is, you're not really leaving. The Walking Dead loves to leave cliffhangers at the end of the season.
That's true. I hate it.
If you start the war. The last episode, you don't really get too much of a cliffhanger unless somebody's about to die or whatever. Yeah. But if they wait for the first episode in, if they don't start the first episode in, I'm gonna be very angry. If they wait an episode and kind of have things calm down,
they have to start with a bang.
I think maybe honestly a really good thing I'd like to see would be them marching to the place or to wherever if they go to attack another outpost. Maybe that could be the last episode, attacking another outpost since they have enough weapons. Since Rick did keep some weapons
That's true.
From the junkyard. But possibly,
I think
just a little battle.
Yeah.
Or them just marching and then, you start out and all you see is bullets flying and, people yelling almost like you're watching, Saving Private Ryan, when the season starts, something crazy like that. That would be a great way to start it. And then the only problem is the way how The Walking Dead works, so have a flashback. That'll be the intro scene before they do their music, and then they'll have a flashback until the whole thing actually happens.
True, yeah. It's kind of difficult to predict because all of this Rosita situation, so we honestly really don't know how this is going to start.
So it's more like what we'd like to see.
Yeah. So, what rating do you think you should give this episode?
Like a 7.5.
Yeah.
7.4 because the bad deer scene.
Writing was kind of bad, out of character, bad graphics. The only good scene was probably there was not really just the beginning. So I'm gonna give it probably a low 7, just because I like The Walking Dead.
But I mean, we're getting close now. We're 4 weeks away from the end of this season, which as much as we hate it because the season's almost over, we love it because
it's The Walking Dead.
It's The Walking Dead, and we just want to know what happens already. We're ready.
Definitely, we're ready. All right, guys. So we'll see you guys back next week for the review of Bury Me Here and predictions for next week. So we'll see you guys.